Welcome to Beaded Doilies by Shell. In today's video I'm going to be making some earrings in the shape of eggs. This is my new pattern. It is Teeny-Tiny Egg Doily. I'm going to be putting up a blank because one of the fun things about Easter is being able to design your own eggs. So I made this up so that you can create your own egg design. I gave this pattern to my daughter, and this is the design that she came up with, and I have already created her a bracelet. It's an elastic one, so she just needs to slip it on and off, and I'm going to be making her three earrings, one with each color combination that she chose. As you can see, I've already created this one, which uses yellow, which is number 27, and light amethyst, which is number 34. And in this video I am going to be creating this color combination, which is with light blue, number 19, and I believe it's called mauve, which is number 16. For this video I'm going to use the one string stitch, so I have my tape at one end so that my beads don't fall off as I'm beading, and I will begin. As we're just creating one and we're not tiering, we're just going to start right here. So for the one needle you're going to want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for your first circle. So for our pattern, that is one background color, which is the light blue, then a design color, which is the mauve, and then another background, and a design, and then another background. Now, with my doilies, most circles are 6 beads, but to make this look more egg-like, we have 3 circles, one at each corner at the top, and one at the bottom that only have 5 beads. So this first one is one of the 5 beads. Okay, we have them on. Now we go through the first bead again in the same direction. And now we have our first circle. Then our next circle, we are going to add, we're coming out this side, so we're going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this one is done. So for our pattern, that will be 3 background and then 2 design. And then we go through the string bead that our string is coming out of. We want to go through it in the direction of our string. And there we have our first 2 circles. Now we need to be coming out of the top, so we're going to bead through the first 3 beads that we added. Now we are ready for our next circle. So we've added this one. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we want 2 background colors. 2 design colors. And a background. Then the bead that our string is coming out of, we want to go through it so that our string is coming out the same direction as it's already. And as we are coming out this direction, we want to work our way around so that we are over here. We want to end over here and we're coming out here. So we're going to go through the first 4 beads. Okay. And now we're going to add these ones. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And that will be 2 designs. And 2 background. And then the bead that our string is coming out of, we will go through it. And then to get us set up for the next one, we will go up the 2 side beads here on our finished row. And we are now ready to add our next set. These are done. We are going to add 1, 2, 3. So that will be a design, followed by 2 background. Now, we want to go through the top bead of our previous circle, along with the 2 side beads that is part of this circle. And now, as we are still going up, we're going to go through the 2 side beads. Now we're ready to add our next circle. 1, 2, 3. And that is 2 design colors and a background. Alright, we'll go through the top bead of our previous circle and the 2 side beads that are part of this circle. Alright. Now, as we're going to soon be starting this row here, we want our string coming out this direction. So, what we're going to do this time is we are going to go through the top bead of our previous row. And then we're going to add this next circle going this direction. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that way when we attach, we will be coming out and we can get started on our next row. So this is all background color, so we need 4 background color. want to go through these 2 beads to get us coming out where our string is coming out. Alright, and that finishes up that row. Now as this row is going down, we want our string to go down, so we have the option of this one or this one, but we're going to go through the one that will be going in the direction of our row. And we'll add our beads 1, 2, oh wait, no, we're going down, so we're going 1, 2, 3. So we need 2 background colors and then a design. I forgot a step, sorry about that. Let's back up a little. When we're adding this one, oh, actually we want to still go through. We want to connect it. Alright. Now the step I forgot is before we go to this bead to start our new row, we want to go back to the top. So we want to go through these 3 side beads. And we want to add our accessory. Now you can use either 2 connecting beads on each side or 1 connecting bead on each side. I like to use 1 connecting bead on each side. And I'm going to use the same color I did here to connect them. I used a cement, which is like a light green. It is number 35, and it makes a nice little connecting color for the Easter eggs. So we will add 1. As I'm only putting 1 on each side, we'll add 1, then we add our accessory, which I'm making an earring here, but you could do a pendant, or if you're going to do a bracelet, you'd put the first side of your clasp on. And then we go through the top bead so that our string is coming out the same side it's already coming out. And then we work our way back down and through the middle bead. And now we do what we did earlier, and we will go through this bead going down because our new row goes down, and we will add our 3 beads, which is 2 background and a design. And there we are, all set with our earring accessory attached. And as, like I said, we're going down, we want to go through the side beads, so we're going in the direction of our row. And we will add 1, 2, 3. So that is 1 background and 2 design. Go through the bottom or tip bead of our previous circle and our 2 side beads again. Then we go through the next 2 side beads. And we will add our last 3 beads, which is a design and 2 background. Go through the tip bead of our previous circle and our 2 side beads, and that is our earring. But what I want to show you is if you wanted to do a 2-tier earring or do a bracelet, you would go through one of these here, and then I have added an extra bead here. Unlike where here it's just the 2 beads on each side, I've added an extra bead here because this one being only 5 doesn't give you that bottom one to connect to. So then you would just add that extra bead, actually being 1, yes. What you would do is you would add the extra bead and do the circle and then do the top bead of your next egg and circle back around and then circle so that you're coming out down here. But yes, when you're doing connecting with these eggs, you will need that extra bead there, which I can show you right here. As you can see, there's the end of your egg, then you have your extra bead, and then you connect and start your new egg. So that's what you want to do. Also, if you want to do egg to egg, you can just start, that extra bead would be the top bead of your newest egg. So that's how you would connect one to another. As we're just doing earring here, we're going to tie off now. I'm actually going to go back. Now, because it's 1 string, you can't really do a knot. So you want to string back through. I would go up 2 and then maybe come down 2. And that will secure your string so that it doesn't come undone. When I'm working with my 4mm plastic faceted beads, I usually, actually I want to do a figure 8 here. So I will do a figure 8, and then when I get up here I'll do a second figure 8, and that will secure the string. When I'm using my 4mm beads, I usually like to use the 2-string method because you can tie a knot and then you only have to string back through like 2 circles just to hide the string. So I find it easier, but when I'm working with my crystal, I find that the 1 string is a little easier for tying off, because the 2, you can't put a knot inside those beads. The holes are too small. So I find using the 1 needle easier for tying off and stuff, because you're stringing back anyways, and it seems to work better. With the 2 needle you tend to get stuck more often. So I definitely recommend the 1 needle technique if you're using beads that have very small holes. But if you're using beads that have large enough holes for knots, I prefer the 2 needle technique. Now once you have done a couple of figure 8s with your first string, you'll clip it off. And then you will remove the tape from your other string. Usually slides right off. I usually use Scotch tape, but I use some electric tape so that you could see it more easily. And then just do another double figure 8. And then when you're done, you clip off the excess. And we have our second Easter egg earring to match the bracelet that I created for my daughter. And I hope that you enjoyed making that and that you will have fun making lots of your own using the blank, lots of your own little designed Easter eggs. And enjoy!